My OBS just crashed. I don't know what. No, sorry, Streamlabs. It just crashed. But it looks to be back now. It looks to be back now. We're back live now. Yeah, but I'm back now. So here we go with Japan taking on Croatia. Don't know what happened there, man. Just everything just decided to crash at the same time. Restream crashed. Streamlabs crashed. Everything just crashed, but the game's on. It's still 0-0. We didn't miss anything. We didn't miss anything, so that's good. Let's go over to the YouTube. Let's go over to this. We don't want to. Right, there we go. Here we go with Croatia on the ball here with Juranovic. Bringing the ball forward. How are we all doing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Football pundits around the world. I apologize, my stream completely crashed. Streamlabs didn't want to open up. My PC didn't want to do anything, so I had to restart it quickly. But luckily, we haven't missed anything of the football. How are you all doing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Football pundits around the world. Where you all from? Who do you support? Do you want Japan to go through like I do? I want Japan to go through. Or do you want Croatia to go through? Or does it not matter to you because your team has already played or he's got to play as the ball's putting behind here too? Pekovic, 1-on-1 against the defender. And he tried to make the defender. Why is he not gone for goal straight away? 25 minutes in, he gets him behind on this left-hand side, and he just holds the play up. What are you doing, Petkovic? It's a beautiful ball down the line by Gvardiol. Tomiyasu misjudges the ball again. Petkovic gets him behind, and instead of just hitting it, he goes to pass it to someone. What are you doing there, Petkovic? Golden opportunity there. And he absolutely messes it up for Croatia. Now, Croatia are having the lion's share of the possession, but Japan have a game plan, and the question is, can they fulfill it? Kovacic goes backwards to Lovren in his own half, squares it into Gvardiol down this right-hand side, who's bringing the ball forward. Just so you guys know, Croatia shooting from right to left, and Japan are shooting down left to right in their famous blue kit, and Croatia in their famous check kit. Here we go with Lovren. Sees the running behind of Kramaric, but it's intercepted there by Nagatomo, and it goes all the way back to the keeper, who just clears it down the line into the in towards Gvardiol, who is the header. Kovacic brings the ball under control. And it's now Perisic goes backwards. All the way out to Barisic down the right-hand side. Now it's Lovren on the ball. Out to that right-hand side towards Juranovic. Into Brozovic. Is that how you say his name? Yeah, Brozovic. Holds onto the ball here. Goes backwards to Lovren here on this right-hand side. Back to Brozovic. Puts his head up. Looks for a bit of movement. Goes out to that right side towards Luka Modric. Returns it back to Brozovic. Brozovic is bringing the ball forward here. He holds it up. Kovacic is free here on the centre circle. It's behind him, but he manages to hold the possession of the play. Goes out to Brozovic down the left-hand side. Perisic tries the dummy, but it's into the Japan player. And it's now Duan who's trying to feed the ball forward. But it's no one there, and it's Gvardiol now who'll come away with it here on this right side. Brozovic into Modric. Tries to feed Perisic on the left-hand side, who keeps it in play. But it's over everyone. Juranovic will keep it in play here down that right-hand side. He puts the ball into the box. Petkovic can't get there. It comes to Barisic down this left-hand side. He puts the ball into the box. Heading towards goal. Oh! And it just goes through everyone. But the ball's still in play with Juranovic, who put Modric with the ball into the box. Perisic jumps up for it, but it's cleared away by Ito. Big opportunity there for Croatia. 28 minutes into the game, Japan 0, Croatia 0. Perisic with the flick on, and Kramaric there couldn't get on the end of it. Here we go with now Croatia on the ball on the halfway line with Brozovic. Goes backwards to Modric. Modric picking the ball up on the centre circle in his own half. Lays it back into Brozovic, and it's out to the left-hand side to Barisic, who puts the ball in behind to Petkovic. The flag hasn't got up yet. 1-on-1 against Yoshida. He goes backwards to Perisic. Perisic has Kovacic behind him, and he finds him. Kovacic now. In behind there towards Modric, making the run in there, but Yoshida's there with the header. And Ito can't keep it in play. It goes out for a Croatian throwing down that left-hand side. Japan 0, Croatia 0 here on Card Sports Football. How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? 29 minutes into this round of 16 tie. Perisic now to take a long throwing here from this left-hand side in towards Petkovic, but it's headed away by Taniguchi. The ball still scrambling around on the edge of the box, but Japan again managed to clear it. Only outside the box. Modric will try and flick it into Kovacic, and Kovacic finds Juranovic. Here we go with Modric now picking the ball up here. Out to the left-hand side towards Barisic. Barisic puts it across the penalty spot, only for Japan to intercept it, and it falls to Maeda. Maeda can't find Nagatomo. And it's now Croatia on the ball. Modric now in the Japan half. It is one-way traffic here in this game. Japan can't get the ball under control, but they do manage to win it back here. And it's Endo bringing the ball forward. Out to that left-hand side towards Kamada. Kamada on his own, but he loses it. But Japan win the ball back here. Here we go with Nagatomo. No one there for Japan, and is picked up there by Livakovic for Croatia. Here we go with Modric on the ball here on the right side for Croatia. Feeds it into Brozovic. Goes out to Juranovic, and he goes backwards to the playmaker, Modric. Lays it into Gvardiol. Into Kovacic. Kovacic turns on the halfway line. Brozovic ahead of him. Goes back to Kovacic. Lovren returns it back to Kovacic. Kovacic on the halfway line. Bringing the ball forward into the Japan half. Lays it into Petkovic to Kovacic. Intercepted there, and Japan will try and come away with it. But Kovacic wins the ball back on the centre circle. And he feeds Brozovic back to Kovacic. Harassed there by Maeda, and he forces it into Luka Modric. And it's now Brozovic. Out to Juranovic. Here we go with Kovacic on the center circle. Lays it into Perisic, who tries to feed it first time, but it's cleared away and it comes out to this right side to Juranovic. Modric to Perisic. Back to Modric on the halfway line. Into Kovacic on the center circle. Bringing the ball forward here. Brozovic, back to Kovacic, squares it into Modric on the center circle. Out wide to Juranovic. Moving the ball about Croatia here. Into Perisic. Perisic on the right side. Tries to feed it back to Juranovic. Only for Japan to win the ball back. Now it's time for Japan to see if they can try and bring it forward with Endo. Yoshida. Into Morita. Now the game has completely stopped. Japan have the ball. They're not forcing it around. Taniguchi goes backwards. And it's Yoshida on the ball here. Lays it into Tomiyasu. Out to Kamada. Kamada, they're getting a lot of free roll. Tomiyasu into Endo. Back to Tomiyasu. Holding on to the ball here. Into Endo. Endo now on the center circle. With time to turn and bring it forward. Out to the right side towards Kamada. Into Duan. Goes backwards to Tomiyasu. Tries to feed it in behind there towards Ito, but it's headed away by Barisic. Kovacic will keep it alive. Brozovic can't get there, and it falls to Duan, and it goes out to that left-hand side to Nagatomo. Backwards to Taniguchi on the center circle. Into Tomiyasu on the left-hand side. Out wide to Ito. And he goes back to Tomiyasu. Japan with a bit of possession. They've not had possession in this game for this long. Here we go with Morita. Tries to feed the ball in behind. Duan brings the ball under control into Kamada. Kamada gets away from Modric. He's got Nagatomo down the left-hand side. He feeds into Taniguchi. Taniguchi now on the ball. Into Endo. Here we go with Morita. Out wide here towards Tomiyasu. Moving the ball about here, Japan. Morita. Endo. Kamada. Taniguchi to Endo. Endo turns. He's got space to bring it forward. Into Ito. Beautiful football on the edge of the box, but they just lose possession. And it's cleared away by Croatia. And it's now Petkovic on the ball down the right side. Brought down free kick. Croatia. 34 minutes into the game. Beautiful passage of plays. Duwanda with a flick on into Mado. Mado controls the ball, but just behind him. Gvardiol on the right side for Croatia. Lays it into Lovren. Lovren into Gvardiol. Gvardiol on this right side. Into Kovacic. Feeds it into Brozovic. Tries to feed Perisic, but it's intercepted. And it's now Duan on the ball on this right side. Gets away from Barisic. Tries to feed Kamada. Kamada on the edge of the box here on the right side. But Barisic does well. And Gvardiol just takes the ball off him. And he'll just clear it down the line. Only for Marito to bring the ball forward. And he just loses the ball. Gvardiol will bring it forward. He gets away from Endo. And he just smashes it at Kramaric. And he can't control it. Here we go with Endo on the ball. Now it's Japan now with the ball on this left-hand side. With Tomiyasu. Here we go with Duan. Back to Tomiyasu. Feeds it central to Endo. Endo goes back to Yoshida. Yoshida into Tomiyasu on this left-hand side. Holds the ball up. Threads it in towards Kamada, who does well to win the ball, but Kovacic is there to clean up the pieces. And it's Croatia on the ball here on this right side. Kovacic into Brozovic, into Modric. Modric turns. We've had 36 minutes of the first half. 10 minutes of the 45 to go plus any time. Japan 0, Croatia 0. Modric out to the left-hand side towards Perisic. Returns it back to Modric, who's challenged there by Mado. And it goes out for a Japan throwing on the right side. Ito. Into Endo. Into Morita. Into Kamada. Kamada being harassed there by Brozovic, and he gets away from him. Out to the right side towards Duan, but it's intercepted there by Perisic. But Duan is there to win the ball back here. And he leaves it into Nagatomo. Morita into Endo. Endo with some space in the Croatian half. Into Tomiyasu. Into Ito. His pass to Endo is intercepted there by Kovacic. But Endo does well to win the ball back. Here we go with Duan into Kamada. Kamada's got no one ahead of him. He goes back to Ito. Here we go to Tomiyasu, to Endo, to Morita. Nagatomo down the left-hand side with some space to bring the ball forward. He goes backwards to Morita. Here we go with Taniguchi. Yoshida on the center circle. Back to Taniguchi. Holding the ball up here. Into Endo. Back to Taniguchi. Out to Nagatomo down the left-hand side. Here we go with Morita into Nagatomo. Taniguchi feeds it into Morita. Morita turns. He's got Kamada ahead of him, but he goes to Taniguchi into Kamada, out to Nagatomo, and holds onto the ball. 1-on-1 against Juranovic. Couple of step overs, goes down the outside, but his cross is out, and it goes out for a goal kick on the right side for Croatia. Japan, after holding out the press by Croatia, the pressure, they're getting themselves back into this game. Japan 0, Croatia 0 here on Couch Sports Football, ladies and gentlemen. Japan 0, Croatia 0. 38 minutes on the clock. Petkovic can't get there from the goal kick, but the referee pulls it back for a Croatian free kick here in the Japan half. Yoshida there limping for Japan. Here we go with a Croatian free kick. Modric, the playmaker, steps over it. One of the greatest central midfielders to play world football. Luka Modric on the 39th minute, approaching 5 minutes left of the 45 to go, plus added time. Modric floats one into the box, headed away, and Duan will just clear it. And it falls to Ito on that left-hand side, who brings the ball forward, and he gets away from the Croatian player. He holds onto it here. Tries to feed it in behind to Maida. Maida one into the box here. 1-on-1 against Juranovic. He holds the ball up here. Goes backwards to Morita. The ball's pointing to the box. Cleared away. Can Morita get in the end of it? Yes, he does. Juranovic will apply the pressure. Back heel to Maida. Gets away from Modric. Into the box here. Lays it into Kamada. It's behind him. Nagatomo there. Endo into Morita. Morita holds the ball up and he takes a shot and it's over. What an opportunity there for Japan. 5 minutes to go. Morita that nearly point Japan. One goal up in this game. And it comes out of just sheer passion and relentless by Maida to get the ball away from Modric. Morita just puts the player on the ground and he just can't get his shot off. Let's have a look. How do you pronounce his name? M-A-E-D-A. M-A-E-D-A. How to pronounce M-A-D-A. Japan player. He plays for Celtic. Interesting. Maida Celtic. YouTube. have to search it on. I have to search it here. Here we go with Yoshida. Switches it out to Nagatomo down the left hand side. Holds onto the ball, goes backwards to Taniguchi. Here we go with Morita. To Kamada. Morita spreads it out to the right hand side. Towards Ito. Ito holds onto it. Tries to feed Endo, but it's intercepted. Tomiyasu into Duan on the right hand side. With the ball in on his left foot. Oh, and Juranovic is there. Didn't hear his keeper's cry. And it goes out for a corner. I just want to hear how they pronounce his name. Is it Maida? Maida? Maido? Duan to take the free kick here. Corner, sorry, on the right side. Whoops. Do 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 do. Corner down the right side. Taken short into Kamada. Kamada goes backwards to Ito. Duan with the ball into the box. Oh, the goal's been given, ladies and gentlemen. Well, ladies and gentlemen. Maida makes it 1-0 here on Cat Sports Football. Japan 1, Croatia 0. Here we go with Croatia. Whip a ball into the box, but it's headed away by Taniguchi. It falls to Gvardiol. Goes backwards to Lovren on the halfway line. Lovren on the ball into Gvardiol here for Croatia. Back to Gvardiol. Holds onto the ball here on the centre circle. Into Kovacic. Kovacic turns on the halfway line into Brozovic. Out wide to Juranovic. Juranovic into Kramaric. Kramaric holds the ball up here. And it goes out for a Japan throwing 2 minutes of added time. We played 30 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing? Japan 1. Croatia 0. Nagatomo now to take the throwing here on this left-hand side for Croatia. Kamada. Nagatomo with the clearance high up into the air towards Maida. Headed away by Lovren. And it goes out for a Japan throwing, which they won't be in a rush to take. They will not be in a rush to take to go into the first half 1-0 winners. Great cross into. Is it Taniguchi who gets the touch on that? Taniguchi? Yeah, it is Taniguchi. Livakovic there with the clearance into Petkovic. Juranovic tries to clear it, but Yoshida is there, and it's now Nagatomo. Marita there trying to batter it out with Petkovic, but Petkovic comes away with the ball. Goes back with Gavaggio. Out to this left-hand side, finds Juranovic. Brozovic into Modric on the centre circle. Holding on to it. Out to that right-hand side towards Juranovic into Modric. Modric bringing the ball forward. Puts the ball across the middle. Petkovic takes it on the turn. But it comes off the Japan player and it goes out for a corner on that right-hand side. And Yoshida is there asking players to stay focused. Japan 1, Croatia 0. Croatia with a corner. Modric steps over to take it. Can they capitalize? Croatia get themselves back into this game. Modric takes it short into Kovacic. Returns it back to Modric. Sees the overlapping run. He puts the ball into the box. But Lovren can't get there. It comes out to this left-hand side towards Brozovic. He puts the ball into the box, but the referee blows for half-time here on Cal Sports Football. And it's Japan 1, Croatia 0, ladies and gentlemen. Japan 1, Croatia 0 here on Cal Sports Football. Let's run a quick 3-minute ad break, guys. Let's run an ad for you guys, ladies and gentlemen. Here on Cal Sports Football. How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? How how are Japan on top here? 1-0 in the first half. This is why we love football. This is why we love football. Desire by a team that should not be here. The manager for Japan is going to be absolutely loving this. Gavardiol there with a showing his replays. He's played alright. I think he's played alright. He played that one ball down the line to Petkovic. I think he's played alright, but Gavardiol. Like there, he's won the ball there beautifully. He's come. Okay, that one maybe shouldn't have. He maybe shouldn't have shot with that one. But Japan are a goal up, courtesy of Maida. Maida. Is that how you pronounce it? Maida. But yes, Japan are a goal up here. We have Brazil taking on Korea later this evening. Apologies to the people that came by the first part of the stream. I don't know why everything just crashed. An unexpected error, as they say. Oh well, what can you do? It is what it is. Let's see here. Let's put this. How many have I got left? I haven't got a lot left, you know. I'll have to get some more. Lionel Messi film on BBC iPlayer. That's interesting. Let's see. Let's see what the stats are for this game. Uh, do we go on? Let's see. Let's see if I can get some stats for this game for you guys. Do 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 do. Right, match stats. So far, nothing on there. Let's see what BBC have to say about this game. Let's see stats. Match stats. So far, 59% possession for Croatia, 41% possession for Japan. Three shots on target. Sorry, three shots each. One on target each. Goal for Japan. Corners, three corners for Japan, and five fouls for Japan. Interesting. Japan have been much the better team. Let's see what Twitter has to say. Twitter is normally fun to read at halftime. Let's see what Twitter has to say. Why don't Chris Polanco hold me like this? What a Goku. What's a Goku and why is it trending? Okay, we want to see latest tweets instead. We always want to see the latest tweets first. Right. Let's see. Name something that is originally criminally overpriced. Okay. Japan Joy, they deserve their lead. Let's see. Let's see. Maida big impact. Nothing there. Kamada was the only player to complete 100% of his dribbles with win 100% of his tackles and win 100% of his aerial duels in the first half. Oh, that's something we can look at. Sofa score. That's what. Oops. So I keep pressing the wrong thing, ladies and gentlemen. Sofa score. send Japan, Croatia. Right, let's see. Japan, Croatia. So far, let's see how many crosses Japan put in that first half. They put a lot of crosses in there, you know. Let's see. Big chances created. Long balls. Oh, okay, so they don't give moments like that. Let's have a look. So, 3 shots each, one on target for each, one block shot by Croatia, 3 corners for Japan, one offside for Japan, 3 big chances created in that half by Japan, only one for um, Croatia, 3 shots inside the box, 2 from Croatia, 1 shot outside the box, 1 save by the keeper, 83% accurate passes compared to 89 for Croatia, but Croatia have had 318 passes and Japan have had 221. 50% of their long balls were accurate for Japan. First average 11, 29.9 and 29.4 for Japan. Click on the graph to swap values. Oh, here are the 3 big chances. Okay, 1 second. Let's have a look at this. This is interesting. This sofa score. I've never seen this. 7.5, 7.3 rating there for Maida in the first half. Interesting. This is nice. We'll have a look at that. We'll have a look at that. Second half coming up here on Couch Sports Football. The players are there. Japan now shooting from right to left. Croatia shooting from left to right. And Croatia just really they've not really done anything. They don't force the move play. That's the thing. They don't run in behind. No one's eager to bust the gut to do anything. Japan, on the other hand, even if they haven't got the quality to do so, they still put it in behind. They still move around, create things. Waiting for the referee to start the kickoff here on, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, Japan right to left, Croatia left to right. And we have kickoff here with Japan. Yoshida into Tomiyasu. No substitutions in this game so far. Long ball over the top there towards Maida, but it's intercepted. It falls to Kamada. Kamada into Ito is cleared away by Brozovic. Kovacic back to Brozovic. Tries to feed it back into Petkovic. Brought down there. Referee's having none of it. And it's now Kamada bringing the ball forward. On his right foot. On the edge of the box. He takes a shot and it's over the bar. There's some confidence in this Japan team. There is some confidence in this Japan team. Japan 1, Croatia 0. Here we go with Livakovic for Croatia. 45 minutes of the 90 to go. Ladies and gentlemen, Japan have not progressed through out of the round of 16 ever in their World Cup history. Here we go with Croatia now with the ball on the left-hand side. Puts it into the box. Cleared away by Yoshida. And it goes out for a Croatian throwing down the left-hand side. Where we have Barisic taking... Sorry, he's going to leave it for Perisic. It's going to be a long throwing into the box here for Croatia. Long throwing into the box here for Croatia. Long throw by Perisic. In towards Petkovic. Yoshida wins the header. Kovacic wins the second one. But Kamada is there. And Ito will just clear it down the line. Duan will try and keep it alive, but it's headed away by Lovren into Juranovic. Intercepted there by Marita. Maida can't get there. And it's now Brozovic on the halfway line, and he goes back to Gvardio. Out to that left-hand side towards Lovren now on the ball on the centre circle. Bringing the ball forward. Now, this is where Japan have never been in this position before. They've never gone into the halftime with a lead, but it looks like they have something to defend. And let's see how they defend here. Lovren tries to head it back to Livakovic, but Maida was nearly on his case. And Livakovic now finds Brozovic out wide here to Juranovic. We might see a bit more urgency by Croatia, which might open gaps in behind for Japan. Yoshida jumps up for it. It falls to Petkovic, but cleared away by Marita. And it's Kamada now on the ball, who gets away from Modric, goes backwards to Ito. Marita there tries to flick it forward, only into the path of Kovacic. Kovacic finds Brozovic, but it's good defending there. And it goes out for a Croatian throwing down the right side. Japan 1, Croatia 0. Vamos. Here we go with the throwing on the right side. Juranovic is going to take a long throwing here for Croatia. Into the box there. Headed away. Kovacic will volley it back, but it goes out for a goal kick on the right side. Japan 1, Croatia 0, ladies and gentlemen. Are Japan going to create history? Are they going to create history? Ladies and gentlemen, we wish they do. We wish they do. This is what we love about football. Gonda with a long goal kick out to the right side. Kamada can't get there. Juranovic will keep it in play on this left-hand side. And he feeds Brozovic. And Lovren goes back to Livakovic, who just hoofs it into the air. High up into the air. Marita heads it, but Kovacic wins it. Duan is there. Marita into Duan. Duan on the centre circle, bringing the ball forward. Out to this left-hand side towards Nagatomo. Marita into Duan down this left-hand side, bringing the ball forward. Tries to whip the ball into the box, but it's cleared up into the air. Livakovic leaves it. Marita tries to take the shot. Gvardiol with the clearance. Duan is jumping up for it. So is Marita, but Juranovic is there with the clearance. And Yoshida will just head it out to that right side to Ito. But Barisic is there. And it goes out for a Japan throwing. When do we see the changes in this game? 50 minutes on the clock. Japan 1, Croatia 0. Here we go with Endo. Brought down there. Game carries. Shino is going to give it a Japan free kick. Japan free kick down that touchline. Now they have another opportunity to cross the ball here. They have another opportunity here to cross the ball. But he takes it short into Kamada. Here we go with Marita. Feeds it back to Tomiyasu. Into Ito, and Ito tries to flick it into... Sorry, Duan tries to flick it into Ito. And it goes out for a Croatia throwing on the left-hand side. Croatia with the throwing. But it only falls to Marita. On that right side. Tries to feed it over the top there towards Maida. Maida 1-on-1 against Lovren, but he's headed back to Livakovic. And Maida thinks he... Maida or Maida, however you're going to pronounce his name. Maida? Is that how you pronounce his name? Maida? Is that how you pronounce his name? Oh no, it's Maida. So it's Maida on the ball. Now it's Croatia with Barisic. Puts the ball beautifully into the box, but it's caught out the sky. No penalty given. No penalty given. Nothing given. Here we go with Japan on the ball. With Duan. Ito. Tomiyasu. Into Yoshida. Endo. to Duan, brought down. Game carries on with Petkovic. He's got Perisic making a rapid run. Tries to feed it into the box, but it's straight at the keeper. Let's have a look. Was this a penalty? Long kick over the top. Maida there. Can't win the ball. And it comes into the middle. Kovacic, who goes all the way back to the keeper on this left-hand side. Here we go. Livakovic. To Lovren. Lovren into Brozovic. Brozovic bringing the ball forward here for Croatia. Out of his own half. But he goes back to Lovren on the centre circle. Lovren. Back to Brozovic. Out wide here. But it's intercepted there by Nagatomo. It goes for a Croatian throw-in. Juranovic there with a beautiful throw into Petkovic. But to Nagatucci is there. Is that how you say his name? Nagatucci? Nagatucci. Taniguchi. Here we go with Petkovic on the ball on the shine side. Tries to feed it into Kovacic, but it's over here. And here we go with Ito bringing the ball forward here for Japan down the right side. He's trying to put the burners on against Barisic. He holds on to it here. There's no one ahead of him, so he goes backwards to Ito. Ito into Endo. Out wide there towards Ito with the ball into the box there. Maida can't get there. And it goes out for another corner here for Japan. And Japan scored from the last corner. Japan scored from the last corner. They're forcing Croatia to play a way of football they don't normally play. And we love it. And we love it, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go, the corner for Japan down the right side. Where we have Duan stepping over to take it. He gives the signal. He floats it in there. Oh, and Taniguchi there with the back heel. Juranovic into Lovren. Lovren to Modric. Modric picking the ball up deep on the centre circle. Bringing the ball into the Japan half. If anything's going to come, it's going to come with him involved. But Japan win the ball back. And it's now Kamada on the centre circle. But he's surrounded by Croatians. And Modric gets away with the ball. Here we go with Barisic into Modric on the halfway line. Feeds Brozovic. Brozovic on that left-hand side. Again, ladies and gentlemen, Croatia left to right, Japan right to left, Modric on the centre circle, bringing it into the Japan half. Out wide here towards Juranovic. Juranovic takes it out of his feet. Now it's Kramaric. Bringing the ball central. Holding the ball up. Out to Brozovic on the right side. Out wide to Juranovic. 1-on-1 against Nagatomo. He goes backwards to Lovren, who whips the ball beautifully into the box. And he's headed into the back of the net by that man, Ivan Perisic, who makes it 1-1. And what an absolute beautiful cross in there by Dejan Lovren. There we go. Now we have a game on our hands. 1-1 here on Card Sports Football. And it's Perisic with the equaliser. Corner for Japan. Punched away by Livakovic. Out to the left-hand side towards Morita. Tries to put the ball into the box, but it's straight into the path of Kovacic. And he'll just clear it down the line. Over the top there. Ito all the way back to the keeper on the right side. We're all square here in the first game today. Here we go with Modric, feeds it into, tries to feed it into Brozovic, but it's good clearance away there. And it comes out to the right side to Juranovic on his right foot. Holds the ball up here. Leads it into Perisic. Tries to feed it in behind, but it falls to Nagatomo, and he'll just clear it down the line. Japan 1, Croatia 1 here on Couch Sports Football, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing? Here we go with a long throw by Juranovic into Lovren. Lovren on his left foot, whips the ball in there, headed away. Comes into Juranovic. Modric can't get there. It's cleared away by Japan. Maida will battle it out with Lovren. Lovren wins the header. But Duan brings the ball under control into Kamada. Backwards to Nagatomo. He goes backwards to Taniguchi. Into Yoshida. Yoshida goes backwards to the keeper. And it's now Taniguchi on the right side. Endo. Yoshida. Into Duan on the halfway line. He has time to turn to bring the ball forward. He's got Ito to his right, but he goes into Kamada. Kamada into Morita. Morita turns. He's got Nagatomo down his left-hand side. Holds the ball up on his right foot. Whips the ball into the box. Headed away by Croatia. It only falls to Endo. Falls to Morita, who takes a shot back to Endo. Into Duan, who takes a shot, but it's straight at the keeper. And he'll catch it on his left-hand side. Japan 1, Croatia 1. Duan is back up on his feet here. But Barisic is still on the ground here. I think it's Barisic. Let's have a look. Yeah, Barisic is on the ground there. 1-1 Japan, 1 Croatia 1. Here on Couch Sports Football. 60 minutes on the clock. We've not had extra time penalties in this game. We have not had extra time and penalties in this game. Here we go with Lovren on the ball here on the left-hand side for Croatia. Squares it to Brozovic on the centre circle. Brozovic on the ball. Bringing it forward. Looks like Croatia going to be making a substitution here. Barisic puts the ball into the box, but Yoshida's there to clear it. Duan there tries to keep it alive, but he's brought down their free kick. Japan. And it looks like it's going to be a substitution here. I think it's Petkovic that's coming off. Petkovic is coming off here for... Let's have a look who's coming on here. Budimir. First appearance at this World Cup for Budimir. Now it's Japan on the ball on the right side. Tomiyasu. Over the top towards Maida, but it's headed away by Barisic. Out to this right side finds Juranovic. Here we go with Lovren. Into Kovacic. Kovacic turns. Goes out to that left-hand side towards Barisic. Back to Kovacic. Gvardiol into Lovren on the centre circle. Bringing the ball forward. Tries to put another ball into the box, but it's cleared away by Yoshida this time. Brozovic wins it. Modric with the shot. Oh, what a save by the keeper. What a save by the keeper by Gundogan. Modric there with an absolute beauty. Looking to get that top corner. It falls beautifully for him. But it's saved by the keeper, and it's a corner down the left-hand side for Croatia. They got themselves back into the game. Can they get into the lead now? Japan won. Croatia won. Modric and Kovacic stepping over the corner down the left-hand side. Modric floats it beautifully in there. No one's there. Juranovic will try and keep it in play here. He can't. Goes out for a goal kick on the right side for Japan. 63 minutes on the clock. Japan 1, Croatia 1. Looks like Japan are going to be making a double substitution here. Looks like Maida's going to be coming off. And Nagatomo coming off. So Maida and Nagatomo coming off. Let's see who's coming on here for Japan. Asano. Asano and Mitoma. Asano and Mitoma coming on here for Japan. And Asano gets the ball in here. He's in behind here, but it's good. Keeper's off his line here. Asano there. Coming on. Here we go with Godovio. Juranovic bringing the ball forward here down this left-hand side. Goes backwards to Lovren. Lovren the assist on Perisic, who's now Croatia's record goal scorer at an international stage. Here we go with Brozovic. Out to that left-hand side towards Barisic. And it goes backwards to Gavaggio. Barisic goes all the way back to the keeper Livakovic on this left-hand side. Brozovic now picking the ball up deep into Kovacic. Back to Brozovic. No movement for Croatia further forward. He goes backwards to the keeper Livakovic. Livakovic, sorry. On the 65th minute. Long kick out from the back on the right side. Perisic wins the header. Miritoma flicks it on. Kamada can't get there, but Juranovic does, and he brings the ball forward. 1-2 with Perisic. Down the right side, Juranovic. He puts the ball into the box, but Yoshida's there to clear. Modric gets there first. Leaves it for Brozovic. Back heels to Perisic on his left foot. Shot blocked. Headed away by Yoshida. Barisic tries to keep it alive. It falls to Kramaric down the left-hand side. He holds the play up. He gets past Duan and Ito. Brozovic now. Again, holding firm Japan into Kramaric, who'll take a shot here. And it goes wide. Goal kick on the right side with 25 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen. Japan 1, Croatia 1. '66 minutes on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Japan 1, Croatia 1. How are we doing? Mitoma there tries to head it out, but it goes out for a Croatian throwing. Looks like Juranovic is going to take it. Looks like Croatia is going to be making another substitution here. Juranovic comes off Kamada. Goes out for another Croatian throw-in. These pitches are horrendous, ladies and gentlemen. Japan 1, Croatia 1. Juranovic with another long throwing here. Croatia love their long throws. Juranovic on the right side. Perisic down the left-hand side. 67th minute. Long throw into the box. Flicked on there by Budenier, but it's into the hands of Gondo, and this long kick out from the back into Asano on the right side. Gvardiol is all over him, and it goes out for a Japan throwing. Duan now to take the throwing. Actually, he's not. He's going to be a substitution here for Croatia. Let's see who's coming off this time. Looks like Kramaric is coming off. Now had a good game today, Kramaric. Kramaric and Petkovic, two starters. Petkovic playing through the middle, Kramaric on the right. Not a good game today. Not had a good game. Perisic has had a good game, the goal scorer. So Kramaric is coming off. Let's see who comes off. Pasalic. Apparently playmaker, coming on here for Croatia. Offside here for Japan. Croatia to start the game back off here on this left-hand side. How many photographers are there? Insane. Long kick out from the back by Livakovic. Yoshida heads it into Mitoma. Mitoma brings the ball under control. But Pasalic is there. Goes out for a Japan throwing on the right-hand side. Mitoma to take the throwing here. On the right-hand side for Japan. Mitoma, Premier League player. He looks familiar. Mitoma. Let's see. Yeah, Brighton. Yeah, it is. Mitoma, Brighton. Here we go with Ito on that right side. Into Duan. Goes backwards. And it's now Taniguchi. Out to Mitoma on this left-hand side. 1-on-1 against Juranovic. Goes around the outside this time. He gets himself in the box, but it's just a heavy touch. Goes out for a goal kick here. Livakovic now to start the game back off here on this left-hand side. We're on the 7th. We're approaching the 70th minute here. It's Japan 1, Croatia 1. Japan went in with the goal in the first half, making it 1-0. Croatia equalizing with Perisic. We've still got 20 minutes to go. Anything can happen here. Taniguchi gets there. Kamada there to take the throwing. And it's quickly into Endo. Duanda returns it back to Marita. But the referee pulls it back for a Japan free kick taken quickly. Tomiyasu. But it's a misplaced pass there to Ito. And Croatia have the throwing. 70th minute on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Japan 1, Croatia 1. Barisic to take the throwing here. This is where experience comes into play. Dying minutes of the game. 20 minutes of the game. Japan 1, Croatia 1. This is where experience comes into play. And this is where Croatia's experience will help them. But here we go with Juranovic bringing the ball forward. He's brought down there. But the referee gives it a Croatian free kick on this left-hand side. Ito, Endo, Tomiyasu, Yoshida, Taniguchi. Here we go with Gvardiol. Brozovic. Out wide here to Juranovic. Tries to feed it into Modric, but it's intercepted. But Japan can't capitalize. Ito will jump up against Perisic. It falls into Kovacic, but Yoshida is there. Marita into Tomiyasu. Here we go with Taniguchi on the right side. To Kamada, picking it up short. Yoshida. Into Marita. Into Duan. Over the top to Asano. Out wide there towards Ito. Bringing the ball forward here. 1-on-1 against Barisic. Goes around the outside of Barisic. Puts the ball across the middle, but it's cleared away. Kovacic is there now. Perisic beautifully into Brozovic here. Kovacic now picks up the ball into Palisic. Modric is free, but he feeds it into Juranovic, who feeds Modric. Barisic puts his hand up on that left-hand side, but nothing's given. But Modric now sees the run by Barisic. But it's headed away by Ito for a corner. And it goes out for Croatia on that left-hand side. Japan 1, Croatia 1. 72 minutes on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Modric now to take the corner down the left-hand side for Modric to take the corner down the left-hand side for Croatia. 1-1. Can he find the right pass? He puts it across the floor, but Perisic only finds Asano. Ito with the clearance, high up into the air. Kamada runs for it. Juranovic there, but it's intercepted there by Mitoma. And the referee gives a Croatian free kick on the centre circle. The referee's giving the free kick to Lovren there. How's he giving that free kick? Referee, what game are you watching? Croatia now to start the game back off with Modric on this left-hand side. Feeds it back into Brozovic. Out wide here towards Juranovic. Juranovic puts the ball into the box, but it's headed on. And it goes out for a goal kick on the right-hand side for Japan. Ladies and gentlemen, we are 17 minutes away from the 90 plus added time. Japan 1, Croatia 1. Looks like Japan are going to be making a substitution here. Kamada coming off. Kamada coming off here for Japan. He's ran a lot, Kamada, and Sakai comes on. Gonda now to start the game back off here for Japan on this right-hand side. Long kick out from the back. And it falls to Yoshida. Taniguchi. I don't know who's on the ground there. It looks like Barisic. I think he's just winded himself there. Jumps up against Sakai. And I think he just lands awkwardly on his side there. And it's a free kick. 75th minute on the clock. 15 minutes of the 45 to go. Plus added time. Japan 1, Croatia 1. Gonda now to start the game back off here for Japan. Long kick out from the back. High up into the air. Headed away by Kavagiol. Tomiyasu heads it into Morita. Modric can't find and the referee pulls it back for a Japan free kick. Tomiyasu into Yoshida on the right side. To Taniguchi. Into Morita. Tries to feed it into Endo first time, but it's intercepted. And Croatia now come away with it with Kovacic. Feeds it into Modric on the halfway line. He drives with the ball, but it's a touch heavy. And it's come to Sakai. Mitoma tried to bring the ball forward. And it goes out for a Japan throwing on this left-hand side. Japan 1, Croatia 1. Japan with the throwing here. Mitoma steps over to take it. Mitoma on the halfway line. Into Yoshida, but Yoshida's pass is into Perisic, and Perisic will now drive with the ball forward. Tomiyasu's defending. He takes a shot, and it's wide. Claims for a corner. Oh, I think it did go out for a corner. Goes out for a corner on that left-hand side. Japan 1, Croatia 1, ladies and gentlemen. Does the keeper get a touch on it? Oh, no, it was Tomiyasu with the deflection. Corner down that left-hand side. Modric steps over to take it. 13 minutes of the 90 to go plus added time. Modric steps over to take the corner. Whips the ball into the box, headed away by Yoshida. They'll try and keep it alive, but good defending there by Duan. The referee pulls it back for a Japan free kick on this right side. Great defending there by Duan. Japan with the free kick here on the Shine side. 78th minute on the clock. Japan 1, Croatia 1. Here on Cal Sports Football. Japan now with the throwing down that right side with Sakai stepping over to take it. Into Endo. Endo brought down their free kick. Japan, and that might be a yellow card there. It might be a yellow card there. Or is it not? Let's have a look. Yeah, he just kicks it in the back of him. That's a yellow card, ref. That's a yellow card, ref. Right, what can Japan do from this free kick here on that right side? Duan with the left foot. Ito on the right foot. Who takes this free kick here? Can Japan take the lead with 11 minutes to go of the 90? The referee gives the signal. It's Ito to take it. Whips the ball in deep in there. Headed away. It comes out to Mitoma. Oh, beautifully. Oh, what's he doing? He had the time. Who was that? That was Tomoyasu. He had the time to take the shot, but he tries to fizz it across the middle. Oh, what are you doing? Mitoma now with the ball on this left-hand side. Goes backwards to Taniguchi. Feeds it into Ito, but he can't find the son, and it's Livakovic. I keep getting this keeper's name wrong. Livakovic there who gets it. He was onside. He gets past the defender. He tries to put it across the middle. Why are you not shooting them, Tomiyasu? Right, 10 minutes of the 90 to go plus added time. Japan 1, Croatia 1 here. Here we go with Lovren on this left-hand side. Feeds it into Brozovic. Out wide to Palisic. Brozovic tries to feed in behind to Juranovic, who's out of position, and it's Japan now with the ball with Asano, but Kovacic is tracking back, and it's good last-ditch challenge there by Lovren. Juranovic there can't find the pass, but the referee pulls it back for a Croatian free kick. Modric now on the halfway line. Into Gvardiol on the centre circle. Into Kovacic. Kovacic turns. Goes out to that left-hand side towards Barisic. Barisic goes back to Kovacic, who holds the ball in the Japan half. Into Lovren on the halfway line. To Modric, the playmaker. Out wide to Juranovic, who puts the ball into the box. The keeper comes out for this one, who catches it out of the sky. 9 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen. Japan 1, Croatia 1 here on Cal Sports Football. Long kick out from the back by the keeper, but the referee pulls it back for offside. Croatia to start the game back off, ladies and gentlemen. 8.5 minutes to go of the 90 plus added time. 1-1. Lovren. Out wide to Juranovic. Long ball over the top there. Headed away by Yoshida. Mitoma. But the referee pulls it back for a Japan free kick. It's getting a bit stop-starty now towards the end of the game. 8 minutes to go of the night. In Japan 1, Croatia 1. Yoshida to start the game back off here on the right side. But he leaves it to the keeper, Gonda, to take the free kick on the right side for Japan. Long ball over the top there by Gonda. Can he find Ito? He can't. It's headed away. Modric. Duan nearly gets there. The referee pulls it back for a Croatian free kick on the halfway line. This referee is giving loads of free kicks, guys. We're gonna see a refereeing incident towards the end of this game. 7 minutes of the 90 to go plus added time. Here we go with Modric on the halfway line. Out wide here towards Juranovic. Juranovic goes back to Palisic. Palisic holds onto the ball. Lays it into Modric. Modric on this right side. Ito is there defending. Ito looks to have come left side here. He played right side. He's gone left side now. Lovren on the centre circle. Feeds it into Brozovic. Here we go with Kovacic. Out wide to Modric. Into Juranovic. Back to Modric. Nearly loses the ball out to Ito, but he goes backwards to Brozovic. Into Modric. Modric gets away from Morita. Into Kovacic. Kovacic bringing the ball forward onto the edge of the box here. Out wide here to Juranovic. Leaves it to Perisic. Into Kovacic. Kovacic with the back heel to Perisic, but it goes out for a goal kick on the Sharon side. Japan 1, Croatia 1 here on Cat Sports Football. Gonda there to start the game back off here for Japan. Long kick out from the back. 6 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen. Asano gets there ahead of Gvardiol, and he's bringing the ball forward here down that right side. Tries to go around the outside of Gvardiol. He just shrugs him off it. Goes out for a goal kick on this left-hand side. Five and a half minutes to go here. Japan 1, Croatia 1. Livakovic to start the game back off here on this left-hand side. 18 minutes separates the two goals. Tomiyasu there with the header. He goes out for a Croatian throw-in. Barisic to take it on the halfway line. Backwards to Gvardiol on this left-hand side. Are we going to have our first extra time in this game? Japan 1, Croatia 1. Juranovic on this left-hand side. Feeds it into Palisic, but it's intercepted. Do Japan keep it in play? And the manager's there just having a word. He's not going to outplay there. Juranovic now. Backwards to Lovren. Lovren over the top there towards Budania, but it's intercepted. Mitoma flicks it on. It falls to Brozovic into Kovacic on the edge of the box here on the left-hand side. Goes backwards to Perisic, who whips the ball into the box and is headed wide. Pasalic there with the header wide. So it's a 10 o'clock game. Looks like they're making Japan are going to be making a substitution here. Minamino coming on here. That's a player that we know. Duan is coming off. Duan's played a good game. And Minamino's coming on now. We have 3.5 minutes to go. Are we going to see history? Or does it go to extra time? This will be the first game that goes into extra time at the World Cup. Asano. Out to that right side towards Ito. Ito does well to keep the ball in play, but Gvardiol is there. And Perisic tries to free off the Budania, but it's all the way back to the keeper, and he just clears it down the line. Flicked on there by Sakai. Brought down there. Japan free kick on the right side. Here we go with Taniguchi. Out to the left hand side towards Mitoma. Into Yoshida on the right side. Holding the ball up. Sees the diagonal run on that right side towards Ito. But what? What's the referee giving the free kick for there? Oh, this referee's been shocking, man. Who is this referee, man? Where's this referee from? I saw it before. It was a mixture. Algerian. Where's the free kick there, ref? Referee. 2 minutes to go. Juranovic on the left-hand side, bringing the ball forward. Lays it into Brozovic on the centre circle. Out to that left-hand side towards Barisic. Barisic holds the ball up, back to Brozovic. Into Modric on the halfway line. Back to Brozovic. Back to Modric on the centre circle. He turns. 1.5 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen. Japan 1, Croatia 1. Out to the right-hand side towards Juranovic. Into Lovren. Goes all the way back to the keeper on this left-hand side. Livakovic. Long ball out to that left-hand side towards Perisic. Sakai will jump up for it. Perisic will try and keep it in play. But it goes out for a Japan throw-in. Sakai steps over to take the throwing here on this right side. Long throw. Headed away by Brozovic. Only into the pass of Mitoma, who's bringing the ball forward, but it's intercepted there by Gudovio. Budenia into Kovacic. Out to the left-hand side towards Barisic, but it's intercepted there by Tomiyasu. That's a free kick, yeah, and there's a yellow card. Barisic there with a yellow card. Kovacic with the yellow card. Ito's back up on his feet here. "90 minutes on the clock here. How long of added time? Probably 3 minutes. Not going to be a lot, surely. 4 minutes of added time. Four minutes of added time here. Japan 1, Croatia 1. A draw is a fair result, man. I'll tell you that now. A draw is a fair result. Long kick out from the back from the free kick. Headed on by Sakai. Ito brings the ball under control. And again, the referee just doesn't want these to jump for the ball. The referee doesn't want these to jump for the ball. What is he doing? Gavardiol to start the game back off here. On this left-hand side. 3 minutes of the added time to be played. Over the top there. Yoshida with the header. And it goes out for a Croatian throw-in. Perisic looking for the long throw into the box here. But the referee pulls it back for a Japan free kick. Yoshida there brought down by Budenia. Right. 2.5 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen. Japan 1, Croatia 1. Can you see anything out of those glasses? Look at the Croatian biting his nails. Gonda there to start the game back off here on the right side for Japan. Clears the ball down the line, high up into the air. Barisic with the header. Ito with the header on. Asano goes up against Gavardiol. He wins the ball. Goes back to Ito. Into Asano. Asano being harassed by Kovacic. Tries to go around the outside. But Kovacic does well to win the ball. And it's now Brozovic. Into Juranovic. Back to Modric on this left-hand side. Tries to go around the outside of Asano. He holds the ball up here. Threads it into Juranovic. He goes backwards to Brozovic on the centre circle here. Out wide here to Modric. We've got 1.5 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen. Japan 1, Croatia 1. Gvardiol out to that left-hand side towards Barisic, but it's over here. Goes after a Japan throw-in. Sakai steps over to take it. Sakai into Ito. Back to Sakai, who hits it high up into the air. Mitoma will battle it out with Pasalic, and he wins the ball, and he brings the ball forward here down this left-hand side. Minamito holding the ball up here. Morita backwards to Taniguchi. Here we go, Yoshida into Tomiyasu. Goes all the way back to the keeper. Looks like Japan won extra time. 93rd minute. 1 minute of added time to be played, ladies and gentlemen. Ball out to this left-hand side. Mitoma will keep it in play here. Juranovic comes over to cover. He tries to go around the outside of Juranovic. Mitoma being held up here. Falls backwards. And it's now Taniguchi into Yoshida. Yoshida back to Taniguchi on this left-hand side. Into Mitoma. Minamito makes a run in behind if he can find him. And Modric is there tracking back. And it goes out for a Japan throwing. Last opportunity here for Japan on this right-hand side. Last opportunity here for Japan. Taken quickly. Mitoma on the ball here on this left-hand side. Out wide here to Taniguchi. Taniguchi across the floor to Tomiyasu. Goes out to that right-hand side to Sakai. Tomiyasu. And there's extra time, ladies and gentlemen. Extra time here on Cal Sports Football. The first extra time in the round of 16. Extra time, ladies and gentlemen. Extra time, ladies and gentlemen, here on Cal Sports Football. This is what we love. We love it when it goes to extra time. Japan against Croatia. Just going to run a quick ad, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be back shortly. It's as simple as that. There are no airs and graces about Modric. Modric and Kovacic go off. Japan won, Croatia won. Extra time here on Card Sports Football, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing? Where are we from and who do we support? Here we go with Perisic, intercepted there by Matsima. Oh, tries to feed it into Asano, but it's behind him and it goes all the way back to the keeper. 9 minutes played. We have 6 minutes of the 15 to go. Plus added time. Japan won, Croatia won. We've not had extra time in this World Cup. This is the first extra time tie, ladies and gentlemen. Ball put in behind by Juranovic. But it's into Taniguchi. And he goes all the way back to the keeper. Budania will there try and clear it down the line. Modric and Kovacic off there. How do they come off? I still don't understand how you take off Modric and Kovacic. You are putting a lot of faith in your team to try and create. Ball put in there towards Budania. Tomiyasu there with the interception. It comes out to Perisic on the right side. Mitoma will stop that going out. Sorry, we'll try and stop it going out, but it goes out for a throwing on the right side. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, football pundits around the world. It's your boy Adam here live on Couch Sports Football. Are you a Japan fan? Are you a Croatian fan? Or are you just a fan of football? Let me know in the chat where you're from and who do you support. Juranovic now to take a long throwing here for Croatia deep in the Japan half. Heading away, he's going to come out to Perisic, but the block is there by Sakai. Another shot there. But it goes out for a throwing on this left side for Croatia. Another long throwing coming down this left-hand side. Barisic steps over to take it. Barisic goes over to take the throwing here. Long throwing here into the box. Barisic with a long throw into the box. Headed away by Sakai. Ito can't get there. Referee pulls it back for a free kick for Japan on this left-hand side. Japan won, Croatia won. We have 4 minutes of the 15 to go plus added time before we have a penalty shootout live here on Couch Sports Football. How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Where are we from and who do we support? Gunda with a long kick out of the back for Japan. Asano jumps up for it, but it's headed back by Lovren to the keeper. And Livakovic starts the game back off with Gvardiol, the new centre-back sensation. We should be seeing him in a big team in the next couple of years. Gvardiol for Croatia, if he carries on with this process that he's going through. Barisic on the halfway line, feeds it out to this left-hand side towards Vlasic there. Asano tries to get the head of Gvardiol, but it goes all the way back to the keeper on the right side. How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Where are we from? Don't be afraid to say hello. Maya goes backwards to Juranovic. Trying to bring it forward. Goes out to that right side. Holds on to it. There's no one there to aim for. He goes backwards to Juranovic. Lovren out to the left-hand side. Finds Juranovic. Puts the ball into the box, but it's headed away by Taniguchi. And it's cleared away. But it's going to come back at them. It is going to come back at them. Lovren into Brozovic, bringing the ball forward here for Croatia. Tries to thread the pass. Intercepted there by Tomiyasu. And here we go with Minamino bringing the ball forward. He's got Asano and Ito ahead of him. Mitoma driving with the ball forward on the edge of the box. What a save there by the keeper, Livakovic. It falls. Oh, another shot there. Claims for a penalty. Nothing given. Out to the right side to Sakai. Puts the ball into the box. Headed away by Gavagiol. Perisic heads it. It comes out to the left-hand side and it's wide. Perisic will try and keep it in play here. But it goes out for a corner on this right-hand side, ladies and gentlemen. It goes out for a corner here on this right-hand side. Mitoma there going for the spectacular. It's straight at the keeper. Corner here down the right-hand side. Ito steps over to take it. Ito gives the signal here on the right-hand side on the 15th minute of extra time. Oh, and it's headed away. It's going to fall to Endo. Back to Ito. Minamino tries to put the ball into the box. Heading towards goal. It's high up in the air. They're jumping up for it and Livakovic will catch it out the sky, ladies and gentlemen. Near 1-1, ladies and gentlemen, here. Japan won. Croatia won here in the first half of extra time. Here we go with Pasalic. Here we go with Brozovic. Into Juranovic. Returns it back to Brozovic. Bringing the ball forward. Puts the ball in there. Budaniat as well to hold the ball under control. Vlasic. Out wide to Juranovic. On his left foot. Puts the ball into the box. Headed away by Sakai. And Ito will pick up the loose ball. And it's Sakai now with the ball on the left-hand side. Bringing the ball forward. Feeds it into Asano. Asano tries to go down the outside of Lovren. But it goes all the way back to the keeper on the right side. We've got 2 minutes of added time. 30 seconds left to go of this first half. Japan won, Croatia won. Ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing? Where are we from and who do we support? Here we go with Vlasic. Goes out to Juranovic. Into Brozovic on the centre circle. Brozovic turns out to the left-hand side, finds Barisic, and that's half-time, ladies and gentlemen. That is half-time. Japan won. Croatia won here. If it stays like this, it goes to a penalty shootout, ladies and gentlemen. It goes to a penalty shootout. If it stays like this, what happens? What happens in this game? How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? We have Korea against Brazil after this. But this game might be going to penalties. Do we see a penalty shootout here? Yoshida there, having a word with his players. So is Nagatomo. The manager there. All talking. They've never progressed out of the round of 16, ladies and gentlemen. Japan have never progressed out of the round of 16. Substitution here for Japan. One last attack. One last chance. One last moment for Japan. Can they go through in extra time and not take it to penalties? But penalties will be interesting. Penalties will be interesting. There's no doubt about it. So Tanaka comes on here. So Tanaka comes on here for Japan. The Japan players are on the pitch. Now it's the Croatian players making their way forward. Croatia will finish this game shooting from left to right. Japan will finish this game shooting from right to left, and Croatia will make a double substitution here. Orsic is coming on. Perisic is coming off. And Budimir. Wow, this guy has got guts. This guy has guts. And the game kicks off here, ladies and gentlemen. Gavaggio. Juranovic. Tries to feed it out to the shine side, but it's intercepted there by Mitoma. Tries to send off Asano, but it goes out for a throwing on the left-hand side. Japan 1, Croatia 1. Lovren leaves it to Juranovic to take the throwing here on the left-hand side. 15 minutes of history here on Cal Sports Football, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing? Juranovic with a long throw. Mitoma wins the header. Asano jumps up against Lovren, but it goes out for a Japan throwing down this left-hand side. Mitoma to take the throwing here. Mitoma into the middle towards Morita. Yoshida into Ito, but it's intercepted there by Gavaggio, and he gets the 1-2. Trying to bring it forward, but Ito wins the ball back. Now he's bringing the ball forward here for Japan. Back to Endo. On this right-hand side, into Yoshida. Back to Endo on the center circle. Into Tanaka. Pressed there by Orsic, and it goes all the way back to the keeper, Livakovic. Long kick out from the back. Headed away. And it goes out for a Japan throwing on the right-hand side, ladies and gentlemen. 17 minutes on the clock. Japan 1, Croatia 1. Can either team find a way to get the winner in this game? Let's find out. Let's find out, ladies and gentlemen. Sakai to take the throwing on the right-hand side. Please, can Japan progress through? They've never done it. They've never progressed out of the round of 16. They've made it out of the group. They've made it into round of 16. They've never gone to go into the quarterfinal. This would be history if they make it. Taniguchi there can't keep it in play. Goes out to the right side to Palasic. But he loses it. And Mitoma brings the ball forward here down the left-hand side, and he drives with the ball onto the halfway line. Tanaka to Endo. Here we go with Yoshida. Tanaka to Tomiyasu. Sakai. Back to Tomiyasu. Into Tanaka. Here we go with Tomiyasu. Moving the ball forward into Tanaka, who turns. Back to Tomiyasu. Hits the ball over the top there towards Asana. Headed away by Lovren into the path of Sakai. Out to the left-hand side finds Mitoma. Mitoma on his right foot. Puts the ball in there. Cleared away. It falls to Sakai. Can he keep it in play here down that right side? No, he can't. It goes out for a Croatia throw-in. 18th minute, ladies and gentlemen. 12 minutes of the extra time to be played before we have a penalty shootout. Japan 1, Croatia 1. Does either team have enough in them to win in extra time? We'll have to wait and see as the ball falls to Vlasic. The referee pulls it back for a Croatian free kick. Livakovic. Is that how you say his name? I'll be honest with you guys. I'm struggling with these names. Let's see. Yeah, Livakovic. Over the top there, headed away by Tanaka. And it goes out for a Japan throwing down that right side. Here we go with Sakai to take the throwing. Japan won. Croatia won. Approaching the 20th minute in extra time. 10 minutes plus added time here on Card Sports Football. Yoshida clears the ball down the line. And it falls to Minamino on the halfway line. He's got Mitoma down this left-hand side. And he goes towards him. Mitoma now. Bringing the ball forward here steadily down his left-hand side. Cuts in on his right foot. Brings it central. Tries to find the pass, but it's intercepted. And Croatia now have the ball. Juranovic there with the clearance down the line. Intercepted there by Taniguchi. Gavagiol is there. Hits it high up in the air. Taniguchi jumps up for the header. And it comes out to the right side. On his left foot, puts the ball in towards that back post. Heading away. It comes out to the edge of the box, but Ito is there defending. It goes out a corner for that left-hand side. Ito there with the defensive challenge. And it's a corner here to go. Japan 1, Croatia 1. Can Croatia create from this corner? 21 minutes into extra time. They've taken their big names off. The ball's whipped in there, punched away by Gunda. Comes out to the right side and it's a Croatian throwing. Not at all lacking confidence, the Japan keeper. Always coming out. He's come out and he's won everything. He's looked very composed coming out. Juranovic now to take the throwing. Back to Brozovic. Juranovic. Back to Brozovic. Vlasic. Over the top. But he's headed away. Maya. Out to the right side towards Juranovic. Here we go. Brozovic tries to feed the ball through, but it comes off the Japan player. And it goes out for a Croatian throwing. 22 minutes on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Japan 1, Croatia 1. Here on Card Sports Football. Juranovic to take the throwing. Long throwing coming in here. Croatia love their long throws. Here we go, Juranovic now. He's driving the ball, and it's a long throw here into the box. Flicked on there, but Gunda keeps it out, and he'll just clear it down the line, high up in the air. Is Ito available? Ito's there battling with Gavagiol, but it goes all the way back to the keeper. Asana will go there, but it's cleared away by Livakovic. But it falls to Tanaka, who's brought down there. Game carries on. Endo can't get there, and it's now Croatia bringing the ball forward here. Maya. Brozovic there getting harassed by Tanaka. But he manages to hold on to the ball out to the right side. Tries to feed the ball through, but it's intercepted there. Only into Brozovic. Gets away from Endo. Gets away from Ito. Out to that left-hand side. Puts the ball into the box. But it's deep. No one's there for Croatia. And Mitoma will go out. Did that go out for a... Oh, he thought he went out for a Japan throwing. He went for a Croatian throwing on the right side. What are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Juranovic here to take the throwing here. 6.5 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen. As it stands, it goes to a penalty shootout. Juranovic now with the throwing. Long throw into the box. Headed away. And Gunda catches it out of the sky. And he'll again set off Asano down the right side. Asano tries to bring the ball under control. And he does. Godaviol is there. Holds on to it. Does well to hold on to the ball. Japan now have it here on this right side with Yoshida. Bringing the ball forward into the Croatian half. Into Taniguchi. Minamino. Mitoma. Into Taniguchi. Minamino. Turns away from the Croatian. He brings the ball forward. He's brought down Asano on the edge of the box. Back to end Ito. To Sakai, puts the ball into box, but it's cleared away. But again, Japan win it back. Is there second wind here for Japan? Mitoma on this left-hand side. 1-on-1 against Juranovic. On his right foot. Lays it into Tanaka. Out to that right side towards Ito. Here we go with Endo. Gets away from the player. He puts the ball into the box. Mitoma's there on the back post. He heads it across from where it came. But Livakovic is there. And we have 5 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen. Japan 1, Croatia 1 here on Cal Sports Football. Juranovic now on this left-hand side. To start the game back off, Lovren. Bringing the ball forward into Gudaviol. But it's intercepted there by Japan. And that's a foul on Ito there. That's a Japan free kick down that right side. Barisic is there on the floor. He's going to get a yellow card for that foul on Ito. Lunging challenge there. Yellow card. Right decision. Barisic gets a yellow card. 4 minutes of the added time to be played, ladies and gentlemen. Japan 1, Croatia 1. Tomiyasu hits it over the top. Ito's running in behind, so is Asano. But Livakovic catches it. And it's Croatia now with the ball. 3.5 minutes to go. Japan 1, Croatia 1. Here we go with Lovren on this left-hand side. Bringing the ball forward. Out wide to Juranovic. Back to Lovren. Into Gvardiol. Bringing the ball forward into the Japan half. Brozovic, now time to turn. On the centre circle, out to the right side. Towards Juranovic. Goes backwards to Brozovic. Maya ahead of him and he finds him. But Maya goes backwards. And he laid into Gvardiol. 3 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen. Japan 1, Croatia 1. Ball point to the box there. Headed away. It comes out to Juranovic. Lays it into Maya on this left-hand side. Into Brozovic. Out of his feet. He holds on to it. Back to Maya. Maya holding on to it. Goes backwards to Juranovic into Maya. But it's good defending there by Japan. And they'll come away with it here. Asano tries to hold on to it. But it's intercepted there by Gvardiol. And it falls to Lovren. Here we go with Juranovic. Into Brozovic. Sees the ball in behind. But he's headed away by Yoshida. And Ito. Back to Yoshida, who'll just clear it down the line. But it goes out for a Croatian throwing down the left-hand side. 2 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen. Japan 1, Croatia 1. As it stands, it goes to a penalty shootout. As it stands, it goes to a penalty shootout. Croatia with the ball here on this left-hand side. Here we go with Barisic. Puts the ball into the box. Going for the spectacular. It's cleared away. Asano will try and flick it on. But it falls to Gudaviol. And it's Lovren. Vlasic into Brozovic. Out to the right side towards Juranovic, who has space to bring the ball forward. Whips the ball in towards that back post. Tries to head it back into Vlasic on this left-hand side. But it goes backwards. And it comes off Tanaka. And it goes out for a throwing on that left-hand side. Tanaka is on the ground there. Barisic now to take the throwing here. Another long throwing incoming. Barisic. Short. Into Maya. Here we go. Gavadio. Into Barisic. Sakai is there. Ball's putting deep into the right side. Mitoma brings the ball down on his chest. And he'll just clear it down the line. Into Asano. Asano there. Loses the battle to Lovren. Here we go with Juranovic. It's going to be 1 minute of added time here. Japan 1, Croatia 1 here on Couch Sports Football, ladies and gentlemen. Brozovic. Out to that left hand side towards Barisic. 1-on-1 against Sakai. He gets himself into the box. He takes the shot, but it's blocked by Yoshida. And it falls to Asano. And it's, what is Asano doing there? He gives it back to the Croatian players. And Maya's on the edge of the box, and it's wide. That was the chance, ladies and gentlemen. We have penalty shootout now. We have a penalty shootout, ladies and gentlemen. How am I going to do this? Full time on Japan, Croatia. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. The full-time whistle has blown. And it's gone to a penalty shootout. Our first penalty shootout in this World Cup. Let's update this now. Now we have a penalty shootout, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing? Let's see now. Let's end this. Right. Right. We have a penalty shootout here, ladies and gentlemen. Japan against Croatia. Extra time finished 1-1. And it goes to penalties. How many players do Croatia have on the pitch to take a penalty? Modric there, giving his choice words. He's not on the pitch, Modric. He's come off. Modric has come off, ladies and gentlemen. Who's going to take the first penalty? Let's find out. We love a penalty shootout. Let's see what happens here, ladies and gentlemen. Japan against Croatia, ladies and gentlemen. Livakovic. Yoshida and Lovren there. Livakovic. Now we have a penalty shootout, ladies and gentlemen. Who's going to take the first one is the question. Who's going to take the first one? Whoever wins this penalty shootout will play the winners of Brazil, Korea, but we got a penalty shootout. Livakovic there and Gunda embrace. We love a penalty shootout, ladies and gentlemen. Who's going to take the first one? Minamino takes the first one here for Japan. Minamino steps up here. First one for Japan. First one for Japan. The referee there just having a word with the keepers. The keepers will have to stay behind the line or on the line before the player takes the penalty. Right. It's Minamino steps up first here, ladies and gentlemen. Minamino steps up first here, ladies and gentlemen. So Japan shooting at their goal, at their side of the field. Minamino steps up here. Deep breath. Looks to the ref. Short run up. Shimmies forward. On his right foot. It's saved by the keeper. It's saved by the keeper, ladies and gentlemen. The first one. The first penalty is saved by the keeper down to his left. What is he doing? Here we go with Croatia now to take the next one. Who steps up to take this one? Vlasic. Vlasic to take the next one here. Straight into the bottom left-hand corner and makes it 1. Why is it? Mitoma saved. Livakovic there with a double save here at the World Cup. Oh, Mitoma there misses his second penalty. Incredible save there by Livakovic. Are they destined to ever go through to the next round? Brozovic steps up to take this one. Brozovic steps up to take this one here for Croatia. Straight down the middle. Brozovic through the middle. Asano steps over to take this one. Steps up to take the next penalty here. They've missed 2. Asano shimmies to his left foot. Bringing forward, shimmies forward on his right foot, and it's in the back of the net. And he goes the wrong way. Japan are still in it. Asano scores his penalty. Short run. Oh, he's missed it. What is he doing? what is he doing? He just takes one step. He tries to take the Jorginho penalty, and it's straight at the post. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Yoshida steps up to take this one. Yoshida steps up to take this one. As it stands, it's one penalty for Japan. Can they make it two? Oh, he can't. It's saved by... This keeper is on it. This keeper is on it. Livakovic there. What a save. He has saved 3 out of the 4 penalties here. Now, if Croatia score the next one, they are through to the next round. And who steps up to take it? Who steps up to take this one? Pasalic against Kunda. Goes to his left, brings it forward, and it's into the back of the net. And it's Croatia who are through to the next round of the World Cup, ladies and gentlemen. Again, Japan can't get through. Again, Japan cannot get through. Unfortunate, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunate is the way. But it's finished. It's finished on penalties. And Japan are out. And Perisic runs over to the Japanese players. And it's finished, ladies and gentlemen. Japan lose on penalties, are knocked out of the World Cup. And let's end the stream there, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you next time. Stay safe. Peace.